running up the score.
Jerry Napoleonello.
This team has been on the clock for 4 months now. Why are we taking this down to the 4-minute mark? You know, you have 10 minutes here. 10 minutes here, but you've had 4 months. The dude's got 1,021 text messages that he hasn't read yet. Did we not notice that?
Kevin Donlin.
Bryce Harper's a great player. He's very, very talented. Aside from last year, but I blame myself. I'm pretty sure I'm the reason for that with fantasy baseball.
That's disgusting.
Wow.
I can't believe that's real. I mean, again, I'm not. I shouldn't hate. I'm not going to be the kind of person that hates.
No,
And he is doing enough hating for the both of us.
as a Cowboys fan, the expectations are so high, and it's just, you're dug into the ground by the end of the season.
You're basically like what the Patriots are, but you try to do it, but you just don't.
No.
Yeah. At least the Jets, you know what I mean? They have excuses.
This is Running Up the Score, your one-stop spot for all things sports. Now here's your hosts, Jerry Napoleonello and Kevin Donlin.
All right. Running Up the Score in the car. We haven't done a show in a while. A lot of work stuff, personal stuff, either me or Kevin being sick. We were supposed to do a show today, and Kevin was sick, so I decided to do one in the car while I was driving out to my fiance's house. So first off, we want to talk about week 11, and the thing in the news, obviously, a lot is what happened, what transpired on Thursday. Let me put my seatbelt on because this thing's going to get annoying all time, the whole ride. So what transpired on Thursday, it was I think it was between 8 or 5 seconds left in the game. And Steelers were already losing 21-7. Game's over. Game is over. They decided to throw a little screen pass, I guess, or whatever. Myles Garrett ended up getting pressure on Mason Rudolph. Ends up tackling him. But he also grappled him and brought him all the way down to the ground. Now, this is my issue, because a lot of people are saying that Mason Rudolph is not innocent in this whole, incident. I disagree. And I mean, yes, Mason Rudolph did try to rip off Myles Garrett's helmet, and that's kind of what initiated it. That's kind of what set Myles Garrett off. My thing is, first of all, the game's over. Game's over. Browns win. So if you're Myles Garrett, first of all, why is he in the game? That's, beyond me. That's your best player on the team. Absolutely best player on the team. You're up 14 points at that time. There's 8 seconds left. There's no way the Steelers win this game. So why is he in the game? That's A. B, why are you bringing him all the way down to the ground? And why are you staying on top of him? So obviously, with any player, it doesn't matter if it's a quarterback, doesn't matter if it's a wide receiver, running back, whatever. If a defenseman stays on top of you, you're going to get a little agitated. So that's what happened. He stayed on top of him. Mason Rudolph got agitated. It was already the end of the game. All right? He had a second or two since the pass was thrown. So I just Myles Garrett's 100% in the wrong. Then you basically try to rip the guy's head off. It's not even it doesn't even start with, he swung the helmet at Mason Rudolph. It was, he grabbed him by the face mask for a good 5 seconds before he finally was able to rip it off of his head. So at that point, it doesn't matter if it's quarterback, wide receiver, running back, doesn't matter. If you have the ball, or you get tackled, and somebody rips off your helmet, I don't care how small you are compared to the other player, you're going to get pissed off and probably try to get into his face. That's what Mason Rudolph did. So, to me, I agree with Mason Rudolph not getting suspended. I thought it was wrong that Pouncey got suspended. I think that's ridiculous. Yeah, he punched. Yeah, he kicked. But the guy just had literally witnessed assault on his quarterback. Now, we see what linemen do when, you know, maybe the quarterback gets a late hit or, you know, just a little too much happens to the quarterback. You see how pissed off a lineman gets. Now, just imagine somebody, like, literally with a weapon in their hand. Yes, the helmet is a weapon. With the helmet in his hand, swings it full force. Now, has anybody seen a picture of Myles Garrett without pads on? The guy is huge. He's a monster. He's an animal, out of this world species. Okay, so now he literally swings with all his might. This helmet cracks Mason Rudolph in the top of the head. Okay? I would have put the dude in a chokehold. I would have tried to knock him out. And that's what Pouncey did. And I agree with Pouncey. And the fact that he's gotten suspended for 3 games is ridiculous. And you know what? To be honest with you, I think he should appeal it. I don't know if that's going to end up happening, but so that's like, you know, a lot of people, you know, I just been seeing a lot lately of, you know, other ex-NFL players saying, you know, Mason Rudolph is not innocent. And I understand to a point of what they're saying. But it doesn't excuse what Myles Garrett did. It doesn't excuse what happened. And it doesn't excuse to the point where it did get. So, that's my opinion on that whole matter. Now we're going to move on to Week 11. Okay? So, I'm going to pick him against the spread. I'm more for most of the favorites this week. I was looking over the games. I'm more so on the favorite side this week. And I'm going to start with that right now. But first I wanted to talk about the whole Astros thing. I'm hoping to get a show together this coming week. And I wanted to talk about it this week, but obviously we're not getting a show together. And right now, to be honest with you, I don't have enough, you know, I can't really do much. Obviously, I'm in the car. So I just want to kind of make this short and sweet, all about the NFL, with Week 11 coming up tomorrow night. Well, it was on Thursday, but coming tomorrow, Week 11 really starts. So yeah, I want to talk about the Astros the sign stealing and that whole debacle. I want to talk about the awards in MLB, but I think I'm going to save that for next week. Nothing's going to change from now until April, so it's I got a little time to talk about it. So, but back to Week 11. I'm going to start off with the first game. Houston Texans at the Baltimore Ravens. Houston's going in 6-3. Baltimore Ravens 7-2. The spread in this game is -4.5 for Baltimore, and I'm going to go with that. You know, Baltimore knocked off the Patriots. I think Baltimore is better than you know, a lot of people. I mean, at least that what have we thought coming into the season. This team is solid. Lamar Jackson, MVP candidate. He's playing out of this world with his feet, with his arm. They're really, you know, hitting on all cylinders. You know, the Baltimore Ravens. Texans are a decent team. You know, I'm excited to see Deshaun Watson go up against Lamar Jackson. It's going to be a great game. But I feel like the -4.5, I'm going to go with that. Baltimore Ravens winning this one. I'm going to move on to the next game. Atlanta Falcons 2-7 at the Carolina Panthers. Carolina's favored by 4.5 as well. This is a tough game. Atlanta's in shambles. The team is terrible. But we're still working with Kyle Allen in Carolina. Christian McCaffrey playing out of this world this year as well. He's also an MVP candidate. And I think he carries them through this game. I think Carolina wins big. I like the 4.5 for Carolina. Moving on to the next game. Sitting in traffic. Southern State sucks. Cowboys at the Detroit Lions. Cowboys are 5-4, coming off a bad loss against Minnesota. I really don't even really want to talk about it. I'm so fed up with the Dallas Cowboys this year. They're so up and down. I am going to, I brought up before even the season started, and I think it was even, during last season, I decided that I wanted to do a Dallas Cowboys podcast. Obviously, because I can go on, and I don't want to do that on Running Up the Score, because people are here to talk about all the games, talk about all the teams, talk about all the sports. So I'm gonna leave most of my Cowboys talk for the podcast, and I'm deciding that I'm gonna do it, and I think I'm going to do it this upcoming week. You might see a lot of content coming out of Running Up the Score this week, especially. I want to do 2 shows this week, recap and a preview. Like right now it's a preview. We're not really recapping much of last week because it's already, the day before Week 11 starts. So I want to do earlier in the week, do a recap at the end of the week, do a preview of, this upcoming week. So in the middle, I want to do a Cowboys podcast. So I'm not really going to get into, how I feel about the Cowboys right now. All you know is I'm pissed off. There's a lot of blame to go around. I think Dak Prescott's having the best season of his career. And that's hard for me to say because I'm such a Romo guy. But he's showing me something this year. And Dallas is going into Detroit. The biggest thing in this game is Matthew Stafford's not playing. So, I feel like the Cowboys could really pin their ears back, go after, Jeff Driscoll. I think we can really key on the run, and go man-to-man on the outside, which they really, they like to play zone, but I'd like to see them go man-to-man. They got to do something. I need a big game. DeMarcus Lawrence, the last couple of weeks has been playing really, really good. Robert Quinn has been unbelievable since he came off of the suspension. I think the Cowboys need to sign him to a longer-term deal. Overall, you have to sign Amari Cooper because this guy is unbelievable. You have to sign Dak Prescott. As much as I thought he was the downfall of the Dallas Cowboys, he's really stepping up, and the downfall is Jason Garrett. But this game, Cowboys are favored by 7. I'm not picking this game. I'm just not. I'm not picking this game. So you guys can guess. Moving on to the next game, Jacksonville Jaguars 4-5 at Indianapolis Colts 5-4. The spread in this game is 2.5. The Indianapolis Colts are favored. This game, I don't know. I haven't checked. I don't know if Brian Hoyer is going to be starting this game or Jacoby Brissett will be. It's a different story if Jacoby Brissett is. but I'm going Jacksonville plus 2.5. But I'm going to buy it up to 3. So buy the half point, buy it up to 3. Jacksonville plus 3. That's what I like. That's what I'm going with. Next game, Bills at the Dolphins. Bills coming in 6-3. Dolphins 2-7. You know, at the bottom of the league. The spread is 6.5. I like the Bills in this game at the 6.5. There's really not much to talk about because Miami's just that bad. Miami is on a 2-game winning streak, but I don't think they're beating the Bills this week. So yes, Bills minus 6.5. Next game, Denver Broncos 3-6 at Minnesota 7-3. Vikings are favored by 10, and I hate picking games that are this high in a spread because I feel like it's always a drop off. But I'm going with it. Vikings minus 10. Vikings coming off a big win against the Cowboys last week, a game that they should have lost. Yes, I said that. Should have lost. The Broncos are just bad, especially that, you know, Flacco's not even, well, I mean, maybe Flacco is playing. I don't know. I don't know the injuries. I didn't do that much homework on this week. I just wanted to get a show together, get it on the air because we haven't done something in so long. And, you know, but either way, Flacco or no Flacco, I like the Vikings minus 10. That's what I'm going with. Next game, Saints 7-2 at Tampa Bay Buccaneers 3-6. Buccaneers always play the Saints tough, but not this week. Saints are favored 5.5. That's what I'm going with. Saints win this game pretty big, I think. The Redskins at the Jets. The Jets at the Redskins. A terrible game to watch. I don't think anybody's going to watch this game except for maybe Jets fans, but I don't even think the Jets fans want to watch this game. But they you know, they should get a win in this game. They should, but they won't. Redskins minus 2. That's what I'm going with. Redskins minus 2. You know, the Jets are just a dumpster fire. You know, you have the whole thing that came out this week with Enunwa missing his treatments. So it just, you know, it's a dumpster fire in New Jersey. But yeah, Skins minus 2. Arizona Cardinals at the San Francisco 49ers. San Francisco coming off their first loss. And now it's kind of got people questioning: Are they still the best team in the league? Are they an 8-1 team? Is Garoppolo going to hold them back? You know, that's the things that you heard this week. I think they get back on track. I think they put this one in the W column, but I like Arizona plus 10. So I'm going Arizona plus 10. I think 49ers still win this game, but I'm going to go plus 10. I think Kyler Murray does a little bit of his magic. You know, it's going to be a little tough for, you know, Nick Bosa and their pass rush over in San Francisco to, you know, go after a guy like this, because this guy, you know, he's quick. I've watched Kyler Murray on and off, you know, a lot this year. Watched him in preseason. You know, the one thing that I noticed with him, he's very, very quick. Like, quick. You know, he's fast, but he's quicker. Like, that's the thing. Like, his first step's so quick. You know, his lateral movements are quick. And you can tell he played baseball because you can see the way that he throws the ball. You can also see how fast it comes out of his arm and like how much of a laser he throws. So I think once Arizona starts, you know, building this team together, I think Kyler Murray is going to really show his, you know, true potential. So you're only seeing like signs of it. You know, there's a lot of, you know, offensive line problems with this team. You know, a lot of defensive problems with this team. I think Arizona loses but keeps it close. I like Arizona plus 10. Raiders hosting the Cincinnati Bengals, the 0-9 Cincinnati Bengals. The Raiders are favored by 11.5. As I said, I don't like going with high spreads, but it is the Cincinnati Bengals and Ryan Finley. So, it's going to be a tough game for Cincinnati this week. I think Derek Carr, really slings the rock. I think Jacobs runs the ball really well. He's going for Rookie of the Year. I like Oakland in this game with the 11.5, as crazy as that might sound. New England at the Philadelphia Eagles. The rematch of the Super Bowl 2 years ago. I think the Patriots really come out firing in this game. But I think it's going to be a close game. Carson Wentz plays really well at home. He hasn't thrown an interception yet at home. So let's go Patriots. But I think the Patriots win in a close one. Therefore, I'm taking the Eagles plus 4.5. This is going to be, I don't care what anybody says. People are saying Tom Brady hasn't been playing well. Carson Wentz is a better quarterback in this, this matchup. It's Tom Brady. That's the one thing you can't root against him, because whenever you root against him, the guy does the unthinkable. It's the greatest of all time. You never bet against Brady. I feel like I'm not betting against him here because I'm picking them to win the game. But by the spread, I'm picking the Eagles. So, don't worry, Tom. So, my thing is, this game, I don't care. Even if it is cold, which it probably will be, Tom Brady plays in New England. So, I don't understand that, argument there. I don't understand, because, people are saying Tom Brady hasn't been playing well. It's still Tom Brady. And it's a big game. They want to revenge the loss in the Super Bowl. Do it in front of the Philadelphia crowd, those nut jobs. So I think New England wins this game, but the Eagles cover. Chicago Bears 4-5 at the Los Angeles Rams 5-4. The Rams are favored 6. It's in Los Angeles. I don't think the Rams are as good as we thought heading into the season. They haven't really shown much. 5-4. I just feel like the Bears can get after Jared Goff. We all know how Jared Goff is when the pocket collapses. Just not good. It's just not good. It's clear and simple. And I think Khalil Mack will be in his face all game. I think the Bears cover plus 6. And you know what? As bad as Mitchell Trubisky is, as bad as their offense is, I could see a pick 6. I could see this game being, 16-3 game or something. A lot of field goals. So if you got the kickers, start them. So yeah, Bears plus 6. That's what I'm going with. I'd like to have like an animation for YouTube of like a car or Monday night, 6-4 at Los Angeles Chargers, 4-6. Chargers suck. I don't care what anybody says. The Chargers suck. Chiefs are gonna win this game. Chiefs -4. That's what I'm going with. That's the show. Running up the score in the car. Hopefully, I'll get a show going next week. 2, 3. And if you're a Cowboys fan, check out the Cowboys podcast. I'll post it on Instagram. I'll make an Instagram for it. Yeah, and that's it. Running up the score in the car. I'm Jerry. Actually, go. I don't know if it's still. I could still be 10% off on tickets for Giant. CGiant.com. RUTS Sports. Type it in as a code. You'll get 10% off the tickets for anything. But that will do it. I'm Jerry in the car. Be breezy. Be breezy.
And it is all over! You've been listening to Running Up the Score. We run up the score on sports radio. For more Running Up the Score, go follow the show on Twitter and Instagram at RUTS Sports.